Welcome back, coin enthusiasts. Today, we're diving headfirst into the shimmering world of Australia's most valuable commemorative 50-cent coins. And let me tell you, this is no ordinary pocket change we're talking about. These coins are rare, highly sought after, and commanding some seriously big dollar values in the current market. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just beginning your collecting journey, the four commemorative 50-cent coins we're about to explore have the power to turn an ordinary find into an extraordinary fortune. So polish up those coin albums, double-check your spare change jars, and get ready to discover which of these beautiful coins might be hiding in plain sight. Let's get started. First up, the 1982 Australian 50-cent commemorative coin, released to celebrate the 12 Commonwealth Games held in Brisbane. In the hands of everyday Australians, it once passed unnoticed. But now, in excellent color condition, this coin has skyrocketed in the collector's market, becoming a rare and valuable gem that's lighting up auctions and coin expos. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just learning the ropes, this coin offers a blend of athletic legacy, minting brilliance, and high-dollar potential. So grab your magnifying glass and get ready, because what we're about to reveal might just change the way you look at your loose change forever. Let's rewind to 1982, a year of triumph and unity as Brisbane hosted the 12 Commonwealth Games. It was a defining moment for Australia, with over 1,500 athletes from 46 nations competing in front of a world audience. The Games were more than just sport. They were a symbol of national strength, cultural pride, and growing international presence. To commemorate this monumental event, the Royal Australian Mint released a special 50-cent coin, immortalizing Brisbane's place in Commonwealth and sporting history. This wasn't just another coin. It was a celebratory artifact meant to resonate with Australians of every generation. The Games themselves featured everything from opening ceremonies filled with Indigenous culture to electrifying athletic performances that pushed boundaries. As the torches were lit and medals awarded, the coin began circulating, not only as legal tender but as a timeless tribute to Australia's evolving identity on the global stage. The design of the 1982 50-cent Brisbane Commonwealth Games coin is where artistry meets athleticism. On the reverse, it features the stylized logo of the Games, a running figure with outstretched limbs forming the letter A, symbolizing both athletic movement and Australia itself. It's a design that captures motion, unity, and grace in one swift stroke. Below the dynamic figure sits the bold inscription, 12 Commonwealth Games, Brisbane 1982, a crisp, balanced marking that completes the celebratory theme. The dodecagonal, 12-sided, shape of the coin adds tactile uniqueness, making it instantly recognizable in your hand. The obverse side features the regal effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machin, a distinguished portrait used on coins throughout the Commonwealth. The finish is a mix of brilliance and precision, with high-relief details on the reverse figure that pop in color-excellent condition. Whether viewed under a loupe or admired in natural light, this coin commands attention and radiates with the spirit of the Games. Here's where the pulse begins to race: rarity and condition. While over 49 million of these coins were minted for circulation in 1982, the number of surviving coins in pristine, uncirculated, or color-excellent condition is dramatically lower today. Most were used, worn, and forgotten. But those that were carefully preserved, untouched by decades of pockets, purses, and harsh surfaces, have become incredibly desirable to collectors. What makes this coin especially appealing is its dual demand, as both a historical commemorative and a beautifully designed 50-cent piece. Collectors are on the hunt for coins that show sharp edge definition, no visible nicks, and full facial features on the Queen's effigy, along with intact detail in the Games logo. When these elements remain undamaged, the coin's rarity skyrockets. Combine that with its place in Australian sporting history, and you have a collector's dream that grows more elusive and valuable each year. Now let's dive into the numbers, because this coin isn't just a collector's passion, it's an investor's opportunity. In circulated or worn condition, the 1982 Commonwealth Games 50-cent coin generally trades for around $2 to $6 Australian dollars. Modest, but respectable for a mass-minted piece. However, in very fine to extremely fine condition, values spike rapidly. often reaching $20 to $50 Australian, especially when sold at fairs or in small dealer lots. Now here's the gold. Coins in excellent color condition, with minimal handling, mint luster, and clear, crisp detail, can command prices of $100 to $250 Australian, depending on the buyer's urgency and market trends. Proof versions, issued as part of special coin sets by the Royal Australian Mint, have been known to fetch up to $500 Australian or more, especially when housed in original packaging. At online auctions, graded coins by professional services like NGC or PCGS have even touched the $600 Australian mark, especially during events related to the Commonwealth Games or Australian memorabilia showcases. In short, this coin isn't just commemorative, it's becoming a high-performing asset. So, how do you strike gold, or in this case, silver alloy? First, search your old change jars. Check with family members who collected coins, or explore estate sale boxes where older currency might be hiding. Use a magnifying glass or digital coin microscope to inspect the surfaces. Pay special attention to the edges, lettering, and fields. Look for those free from deep scratches, corrosion, or wear. For top value, the coin should retain its natural mint shine and show no signs of cleaning. Yes, even polishing can reduce value. If you believe you have a top-tier example, consider having it professionally graded and encapsulated. This not only protects the coin, but also gives it certified market credibility. Keep your coins in airtight capsules or PVC-free sleeves, away from moisture and direct sunlight. And finally, monitor collector forums, auction platforms, and numismatic groups, because pricing trends can shift fast, and this coin is gaining momentum. Don't just collect, strategize. And there we have it, a coin that blends history, honor, and high stakes in the collector's universe. The 1982 Australian 50-cent 12 Commonwealth Games Brisbane coin isn't just another piece of currency. It's a celebration of national pride, a symbol of athletic legacy, and a rising star in the world of rare collectibles. Whether you're drawn to its story, its design, or its increasing market value, one thing is certain. This coin holds far more than 50 cents of worth. It holds the power to connect generations, to fuel collector dreams, and potentially even transform your small discovery into a serious payday. So, the next time you spot that 12-sided shimmer in your pocket, pause. Because you just might be holding on to one of Australia's most treasured coins, and in today's action-packed collector market, that small piece of history might just be your next big fortune. Next up, the 1997 Australian 50-cent coin. With its bold contours, excellent condition in the right hands, and an eye for perfection in both design and detail, this coin could be worth far more than just face value. In the world of collectors and numismatists, this is one of those pieces you never walk past without a second glance. So sit tight, because what you're about to hear might just redefine the value of your pocket change. The story of the 1997 Australian 50-cent coin begins in a decade marked by national pride, technological advances, and a booming interest in numismatics. Minted by the Royal Australian Mint in Canberra, this coin holds its place within the long-running series of 12-sided dodecagonal 50-cent pieces first introduced in 1969. What makes the 1997 coin so enticing is not just the coin itself, but the era it represents, a time when the Royal Australian Mint maintained strict quality control, ensuring that each piece struck that year was of an impressive and uniform standard. As collectors know, consistency often breeds rarity when error coins or exceptionally well-preserved specimens stand out from the crowd. From a design standpoint, the 1997 50-cent coin dazzles with unmistakable Australian flavor. The obverse of the coin showcases the effigy of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, sculpted by the renowned Raphael Maklauf, whose portrayal remained in circulation from 1985 to 1998. It is a portrait marked by elegance, subtlety, and regal authority. The Queen's mature yet graceful depiction, complete with diadem, is surrounded by the words Elizabeth II and Australia 1997, boldly representing Australia's allegiance to the crown while asserting its sovereign identity. The metal used is a cupronickel alloy, 75% copper and 25% nickel, giving it both durability and a bright silvery shine that stands the test of time. Turning to the reverse, the coin carries the enduring symbol of national unity. the Australian coat of arms. Created by Stuart Devlin, this side features the iconic emu and kangaroo, two native animals that cannot walk backward, symbolizing progress and forward motion for the Australian people. Nestled between them is the Commonwealth shield, crowned with a seven-pointed star representing the states and territories. The design is not just artistic but steeped in meaning, with its detailed flourishes and layered symbolism appealing to collectors worldwide. The crispness of this design in an excellent condition coin can elevate its worth exponentially, especially when all the fine lines and motifs are preserved without wear. Now let's talk about rarity, and here's where it gets truly exciting. The mintage of the 1997 Australian 50-cent coin was relatively low, with just 4.3 million coins released into circulation. That's a stark contrast to other years where tens of millions were minted. In numismatic terms, this limited release makes the 1997 coin highly desirable. And because many of these coins have been lost, worn down, or mishandled over time, examples in excellent or uncirculated condition are now incredibly difficult to find. If you're lucky enough to have one with minimal wear, sharp edges, and full design visibility, you could be holding a numismatic treasure. Collectors prize this coin for more than just scarcity. It's also about condition. Coins graded as very fine or extremely fine can already command higher prices in the current market, but coins in uncirculated or proof-like condition are the golden goose. A perfectly preserved 1997 50-cent piece with original mint luster, no scratches, and well-struck detail can fetch between $25 to over 150 Australian dollars, depending on buyer interest and market timing. And as demand for lower mintage coins grows, especially among international collectors, the value could spike dramatically, pushing towards several $100s in auctions or private sales. In today's active coin market, the 1997 50-cent coin is being snapped up by savvy investors, coin dealers, and heritage enthusiasts. Online auctions show increased competition over these low-mintage pieces, especially as the coin gains attention in forums and collector groups. Some rare coin sellers even bundle them as part of sought-after low-mintage sets that significantly drive up the overall value. Keep in mind, rarity alone isn't the only factor. It's the combined firepower of scarcity, demand, condition, and historical resonance that pushes this coin from interesting to invaluable. For those dreaming of a coin that could one day make you a millionaire, let's not ignore the long game. While the 1997 Australian 50-cent coin might not command six figures today, it has all the hallmarks of a future superstar. Limited mintage, powerful national symbolism, enduring materials, and rising collector demand. Just imagine holding a mint-condition specimen in your hands 20 years from now when younger generations begin to seek out treasures from the late 20th century. It's not just a coin. It's an investment, a piece of history, and a ticket to a potentially life-changing sale. So what should you look for? First, inspect the edges. The 12 sides should be sharp and unworn. Then, examine the fields and devices. No scratches, no dings, and a solid strike on both Queen Elizabeth's portrait and the Australian coat of arms. The coin should retain a silvery luster, possibly with light toning that doesn't detract from the design. Avoid coins with heavy circulation marks or discoloration, as they're far less valuable. And if you think you have an exceptional piece, get it professionally graded. That one decision could elevate your coin's worth by hundreds. A final tip for collectors: keep an eye on sealed mint sets and estate collections. Many people stored their coins from the 1990s thinking they were common, unaware that specific years like 1997 would one day become highly sought after. Don't underestimate the coins you inherit or trade. One gem could be hiding in plain sight. Use a magnifying glass, research mint marks, and compare with verified examples online. Knowledge is power in the world of numismatics. The 1997 Australian 50-cent coin is far more than just change. It's a piece of Australian pride, a beacon of craftsmanship, and a silent sleeper in the coin market with explosive potential. In excellent condition, it carries not just aesthetic value, but the kind of financial opportunity that turns casual hobbyists into serious investors. It's coins like these that prove you don't need gold or diamonds to make a fortune. Sometimes, all it takes is a bit of silver, a sharp eye, and a little luck. So go check your collections, dig through those coin jars, and who knows, you might just be holding a future millionaire maker in the palm of your hand. Next up, the 1985 Australian 50-cent coin. Struck with purpose, designed with finesse, and today admired with fascination, this coin is not just a sliver of metal. It's a living testament to Australia's cultural evolution and numismatic mastery. If you have this coin in excellent condition, you may be holding something far greater than just spare change. You could be gripping a millionaire maker. Let's begin with the history and legacy behind this iconic piece. The year 1985 was a quiet yet significant chapter in Australia's economic and cultural journey. The Royal Australian Mint was still refining its post-1966 decimal coinage system, perfecting both the technical precision and aesthetic brilliance of its most circulated coins. The 50-cent piece, originally introduced with a round, 80% silver version in 1966, had by 1985 become firmly established in its dodecagonal, 12-sided form. While no commemorative design was released that year, the 1985 version has become a silent rarity, largely due to its unusually low mintage, combined with a distinct historical positioning between more prolific years. What sets the 1985 50-cent coin apart from the rest is its stunning design and structure, an ode to Australian strength and unity. The obverse features the newly introduced portrait of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, sculpted by Raphael Maklauf. This regal image replaced Arnold Machin's earlier design and depicted the Queen wearing the royal diadem with increased detail and grandeur. Her expression is one of calm authority, and the craftsmanship in this effigy was praised for its sharpness and realistic proportions. It was the first time Maklauf's design was used on the 50-cent piece, marking a fresh artistic era in Australian coinage. Around the portrait are the inscriptions Elizabeth II and Australia 1985, announcing both royalty and national identity in bold, symmetrical fashion. The reverse side is no less majestic. It boasts the Australian coat of arms, a masterpiece by the brilliant Stuart Devlin. Two powerful national icons, the emu and the kangaroo, flank the Commonwealth shield, which holds representations of Australia's 6 founding states. Hovering proudly above is the 7-pointed Commonwealth star, representing unity among all Australian territories. Every line, feather, and shield pattern in this design carries weight and history. This design has been a staple of the standard 50 cent since 1969, yet in 1985, with Maklauf's effigy on the obverse and sharp relief on the reverse, it achieved a new level of prestige. And in coins that have been preserved in excellent or uncirculated condition, every detail is razor-sharp and brimming with symbolism. Now here's the real magic. The 1985 50-cent coin had a shockingly low mintage of just 1 million coins. Yes, only 1 million pieces were ever struck. That makes it one of the lowest mintage standard 50-cent coins in Australia's decimal history. To put that in perspective, most standard circulation years saw mintage numbers in the tens of millions. This dramatic drop means far fewer coins from 1985 are available today, and even fewer survive in pristine condition. Many have been lost, damaged, or worn down through decades of circulation. Those that remain in excellent condition, clean fields, sharp edging, and original luster, are now hotly pursued by collectors and investors alike. Let's talk market value, and this is where jaws drop. A circulated 1985 50-cent coin might only fetch a few dollars. But coins in very fine to extremely fine condition can go for $30 to $70 AUD. When we step into the elite category of uncirculated or brilliant uncirculated condition, the value can soar up to $200 Australian dollars or more, especially if certified by professional grading services. And if you stumble upon a proof quality or mint error coin from 1985, congratulations. You could be holding a coin valued well into the hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on rarity and buyer demand. With global interest in low mintage coins rising, this coin's value is only expected to grow. But why the sudden surge in collector demand for this coin? The answer lies in combination appeal, a limited mintage, the introduction of a new Queen's effigy, historical placement during Australia's mid-80s transformation, and its near absence from modern pocket change. It's become what collectors call a key date coin, a must-have for anyone completing a full Australian decimal 50-cent set. And because key date coins often drive up the value of entire collections, demand for this specific piece is intense. Collectors are willing to pay premium prices, especially for coins that have been carefully preserved or remain untouched in their original mint packaging. One often overlooked detail is the material composition of the coin. Like its modern counterparts, the 1985 coin is composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel, giving it a silver-like finish that resists tarnishing and retains its shine. In coins that have been stored correctly, you'll still see that radiant gleam that gives the illusion of precious metal. The coin weighs a solid 15.55 grams and measures 31.51 millimeters in diameter, giving it a substantial presence in the hand. The 12-sided shape not only makes it visually distinct, but also a pleasure to hold and examine under light, where every facet sparkles with character. So, how do you know if you've struck gold, figuratively speaking, with your 1985 coin? Look for certain telltale signs. First, inspect the Queen's crown and hairline detail. If it's crisp and clear, that's a good start. Check the coat of arms. Are the emu's feathers visible? Is the kangaroo's tail defined? Are the stars and shield lines undisturbed? And don't forget the edges. Sharpness in the dodecagonal corners can make all the difference in grading. If your coin meets these standards and has minimal signs of wear or handling, you might just have a high-grade piece worthy of auction attention. In the fast-paced, often unpredictable world of numismatics, the 1985 Australian 50-cent coin stands out as a true silent legend. It doesn't shout with a flashy commemorative design or colored elements, but instead, it whispers value with its sheer scarcity, design integrity, and historical depth. This is the type of coin that sits quietly in a drawer for decades, until someone realizes it's worth far more than its face value. And with the right timing and the right collector, it could be worth thousands of dollars in the future, especially in a rising global coin market where Australian rarities are gaining international respect. So if you're serious about coin collecting, investing, or just hoping to uncover that one lucky coin that changes your life, the 1985 Australian 50 cent deserves your full attention. It's not just currency, it's legacy. A coin with quiet power, sleeping potential, and a silver sheen that could light the path to fortune. Don't overlook it. Inspect your change, ask family members about old collections, visit estate sales, and keep your eyes open. Because somewhere out there, a pristine 1985 50-cent coin is waiting to turn one collector into a very lucky millionaire. Next up, the 50-cent Melbourne 2006 18 Commonwealth Games coin, marked KJ 2005. In very fine condition, this remarkable piece glimmers not only with artistic brilliance, but also with massive potential in the collector's market. It's not just a coin. It's a piece of Australian sporting history, a sculpted tribute to national pride, and a stealthy investment that could one day make you a millionaire. Buckle up, because what you're about to hear is filled with rare details, compelling designs, market secrets, and a whole lot of value. Let's begin with the historical foundation of this powerful coin. The year 2006 marked the 18th Commonwealth Games, proudly hosted in Melbourne, Victoria. This was a defining moment for Australia, an event that brought the global sporting community together, celebrating excellence, unity, and the strength of the Commonwealth spirit. The Games featured athletes from over 70 nations, competing across multiple disciplines, while Melbourne transformed into a city buzzing with international energy. To honor this monumental occasion, the Royal Australian Mint struck a commemorative 50-cent coin in 2005, 1 year before the Games began, allowing excitement to build among collectors and patriots alike. Now, let's look at the aesthetic brilliance and design of this unforgettable coin. The obverse side remains true to tradition with the effigy of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Ian Rank Broadley. This portrait, known for its lifelike sharpness and commanding presence, was introduced in 1998 and graced Australian coins until 2018. Surrounding the Queen are the inscriptions Elizabeth II, Australia 2005, and the denomination 50 cents. It's dignified, detailed, and precise, a perfect balance of modern royalty and timeless heritage. Flip the coin to the reverse and prepare to be captivated. The design was the creation of artist Kenneth J. KJ Canning, whose initials KJ appear proudly on the coin. At the center, a dynamic and stylized figure of an athlete in motion stretches across a geometric field, evoking speed, strength, and human achievement. Radiating lines represent a track or perhaps even the energy of a stadium crowd. Around the edge reads, 18 Commonwealth Games Melbourne 2006, marking both the event and its host city. The modernist design captures the pulse of sport and competition like no other. In very fine condition, the figure remains clearly defined, the lines sharp, and the text fully legible, making it a true collector's dream. From a technical standpoint, the coin holds its own as a standard Australian 50-cent piece in dimensions, but a standout in theme. It has a 12-sided dodecagonal shape, made from cupronickel alloy, 75% copper, 25% nickel, giving it that signature silver sheen that resists corrosion and maintains its luster. It weighs 15.55 grams, with a diameter of 31.51 millimeters and a thickness of 2.50 millimeters, giving it solid heft and prominence in the hand. The edges are smooth and angular, classic to the Australian 50-cent series, making it easy to distinguish from other denominations. Now let's move on to what everyone wants to know, the rarity and market value. Although the coin was minted in reasonably large numbers to ensure national availability, only 14.9 million were produced. Compared to standard circulating coins, this number is relatively modest, especially considering its commemorative significance. Many of these coins were spent into circulation and suffered wear, fading, and surface damage. But examples in very fine condition, like the one we're discussing today, are far rarer than you'd expect. The value of such coins has been increasing steadily, especially as demand grows from both local and international collectors seeking memorabilia from major sporting events. So, what's the current market value in dollars? For a circulated, average condition coin, you might see prices between $2 to $5 AUD. However, in very fine condition, with clean details, minimal surface wear, and strong eye appeal, this coin can easily fetch between $15 to $35 Australian dollars on platforms like eBay, numismatic auctions, or private collector forums. If the coin is found in uncirculated or brilliant uncirculated state, its value skyrockets to $50 or more, and in a sealed royal mint pack or proof condition, the value could hit $100 plus AUD, especially with a certificate of authenticity. And yes, in the long term, with the right market momentum, pristine versions of this coin may well be sold for hundreds or even thousands of dollars, particularly in sets or rare mint packaging. Why the rising demand? It's all about emotional connection and historical timing. Coins like this aren't just minted metal, they're vessels of memory. Sports fans, collectors, and investors are increasingly turning to commemorative coins with cultural meaning, and the 2006 Commonwealth Games represent a shining moment in Australia's modern story. Add in the Queen's effigy, now frozen in time due to her passing, and you've got a coin that bridges generations. It's this blend of sporting legacy, royal tribute, and artistic energy that keeps the coin climbing in collector esteem. Now here's where it gets even more exciting. Certain low-production variants, including uncirculated mint bags, mint rolls, and ram-carded versions, can multiply the coin's value exponentially. Some of these versions are hoarded by collectors, never released for circulation, and are considered scarce premium items. As these rarities surface on the secondary market, prices often explode in bidding wars. In one notable case, a full uncirculated roll of Melbourne 2006 50-cent coins sold for over 1,200 Australian dollars, and individual proof coins have traded hands for $150 to $200 in near-mint conditions. If you're looking to build a future-proof coin portfolio, this coin is an essential acquisition. Its mix of beauty, historical weight, sports nostalgia, and strong metal composition means it's both an emotional and tangible investment. Add the fact that collectors are now paying top dollar for commemorative sports coins, and you've got a recipe for serious financial potential. Whether you collect for passion or profit, this coin is a rock-solid addition that's likely to rise in value as time passes and stock shrinks. So, how do you know if your 2006 Melbourne Commonwealth Games 50-cent coin is valuable? Look for key signs. The athlete should be fully outlined with minimal flattening. The inscriptions must be sharp and clean, and the coin's surface should be mostly free from scratches or tarnish. Light wear is acceptable in very fine condition, but heavy scuffing or damage drastically reduces value. Keep your coin in a non-PVC flip or protective sleeve, and avoid excessive handling. If you're serious, consider getting it professionally graded. A certified VF or higher grade could double or triple your return in auction settings. In closing, the Melbourne 2006 18 Commonwealth Games 50-cent coin, especially the KJ 2005 variant in very fine condition, is far more than just a commemorative issue. It's a celebration of Australian excellence, an artistic marvel, and a savvy investment piece hiding in plain sight. It's one of those coins that, when discovered in exceptional condition, has the very real potential to transform a simple collection into a multi-thousand-dollar portfolio. Yes, this is the kind of coin that could one day make you a millionaire, not overnight, but as part of a smart, future-focused numismatic strategy. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more stories of treasure coins.